So what we're doing right now is we're going through family therapy where one person wants to talk and share their side of the story. And then the therapist says, okay, I hear you. This other person wants to interrupt. And they're like, hold on. They're going to tell you how they feel about their life. Then that person finishes. Then this other person says, but this is my side and this is what you've done to me. And I don't like you because of this. So this is where right now in this journey, is being able to, when you go to couples therapy or when you go to family therapy, there's a lot of uncomfortable truths that we're discovering about life. And John Lennon said it best. They're like, when we're living, we look like, oh, father will take care of it, dad will take care of it, and father is the government. And we just been in this space of like, look, that's wrong. Look, oh my God, somebody should do something about that. Now what people are realizing is it's us who must have these conversations. It's us who must understand each other and then find this common ground and then be able to see. And again, for me, it's like some of the visions, some of the downloads and stuff that I've gotten is like, I deliberately chose to confuse myself. I deliberately chose to feel powerless until I met this woman who's now my wife, and all of the battles mentally and all of the chances and all of the intuition where there was all of these blocks and all this stuff. And I just kept on trusting my intuition. And when we tuned into it, because my wife is a shaman, she's a medium, she's a Reiki master, she's into astrology, and we both of us have this understanding that we've met before, and what we've been able to create because we took so many chances and had this blind faith and had this intuition. Now I have this amazing purpose-filled relationship that we met off of TikTok, right? So it's being able right now, again, to go more into an intuitive space and to really allow other people to have their beliefs. And then when we are comfortable and when we're confident within who we are, other people see how good that is and they follow suit. And my analogy for this is just like a child. When a child sees another child having a good time, they want to play with that child. So instead of us shaming people and saying, you should be awoke like me, you should do it this way, you should do it this way and this way and this way, it's really being able to understand we're getting into a space of making peace to say, I fully embrace who I am. I accept who I am. And even though you don't believe this way, I'm just going to show you this love and I'm going to show you what this is like. And if you want to come on this journey, cool. Otherwise, I'm not going to attack you and put you down. And the more that we're able to see people who don't show their emotions and people who don't understand what you and I are talking about, and again, it's not that we're better. It's that I know that I'm an old soul. I know that I've been around since the beginning of the beginning. We're not the first civilization here on this planet. And so all of how you and I get frustrated, the reason why we get frustrated is because it's almost as if we deliberately block our intuition on this planet. Some people call it a prison planet. Some people call it a simulation. However you want to phrase it. It's almost like we deliberately are like, I don't want to remember anything down there because when I leave this planet, I'm so powerful. I'm so infinite. I'm so capable of doing anything that's boring, that I can just snap my fingers and have it. So I'm going to deliberately forget about what I'm capable of. I'm going to deliberately be insecure. For me, it was, I'm going to sign up to have 2 lesbian mothers. My father's going to be gay. I'm going to be an artificial insemination. I'm going to grow up in poverty and then we're going to leave that neighborhood. I'm going to learn about abandonment and codependency. I'm going to learn what it's like to be around people who look like me but don't know their culture. I'm going to learn about classism and being bullied. I'm going to learn about being taken advantage of and being in an abusive relationship. And I'm hating all of this until all of a sudden one day, intuitively, I decided to post a video and I almost stopped myself because I didn't like how I looked. And then I realized that didn't make any sense because I don't want people in my life who judge me. And so I doubled down on that. And then all of a sudden it was like our vulnerability, the thing that I think you would never understand, is actually what lights up the world. It's actually what makes the difference. And this is where, again, people are losing their you-know-what because our cognitive dissonance has been so much like, you are never going to understand what I've been through. There's no way a guy like you're healthy, you come from a different part. There's no way you could understand what I feel like. But when I do that, and like a child, hey, I've gone through some stuff, and I want to know if anybody feels like me. All of a sudden there's all of these amazing people that are like, oh, I felt that way too, I felt that way too. I love how you're able to say that. And it's like, the journey is so, it is a game, because you're like, wow, my whole life I put up a trust wall. And then when I actually was like, this is exhausting, and I have to, for my sanity, for my survival, to know that there's somebody else out there like me. Look where we are now. Look, and I never thought it would be this way. I never thought it would be through social media. It was my trust and me saying, hey, like, I'm strong, and I also, I'm alone here, and I'm feeling alone, and I'm not seeing my people, and I need to know, when there's 8 billion people, I need to know for my sanity there's one more person. Now here we are, and apparently there's more.
Oh yes, there's millions of us on the planet. And you're right, brother. You know, what started off as a way to spy on us and gather all our data, fed to GOOGLE, um,
Yeah.
who has all the data, right? But I'm sure they're under BlackRock and anyways. But the whole point is